biggest thing this week was obviously DC fandom.
The fan.
I don't know. I've heard people say fandom. Like, so I'm going with fandome.
I'm
I
going
don't.
with, they
So
put an E in there for a reason, so it's
yeah,
fandom.
I mean, if you look at the broadcast, some of it looked like they was like when they started the Wonder Woman panel, it looked like they was in the dome. So I don't know. So we'll go with that.
I think
But
they wanted to do the whole virtual thing. I think they had on it. They had good intentions, but executing it was like, all right, we're just rolling to the Zoom meetings. Let's just keep the green screen. And
right. I mean, obviously it was all pre-recorded, so they basically. I don't think nothing was live per se, so it just looks like they did this like from what I heard they did it like 2 weeks ago, and it's like so that. Sorry if I spoiled that for anybody who thought it was live, but yeah, probably it wasn't. So, but yeah, did you watch it the whole thing or you saw bits and pieces?
I I kept dipping in and out of it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch. Apparently, it was something you only watch on Apple, but there were lots of people streaming it through YouTube. So I was watching it on a couple of those channels. But there were some things I didn't care for, and then there was some things that I did care for that I don't know what they were doing. Like the Wonder Woman panel was like a big Zoom call.
Right,
And
right.
they're basically playing like villain and traitor, or I mean, sorry, hero and villain, and I was just, what is? I felt
Yeah,
bad they were ignoring most of the people that were typing stuff to them.
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. There's like submitting the questions and all that, but yeah, I was watching it through one of the YouTube channels I follow. They were streaming it, so I was watching the panels, then I'd mute it in between, and then like I was recording music like in between like the panels I didn't care about, but I was really there. Like, let me see some of the trailers. Let me hear y'all talk about the movies.
Yeah, the one that I thought was, it's not like a big highlight, but it was there. I caught it. It was they were talking about Milestone Comics and the people that came up with Static Shock.
Oh yeah. I caught that one. Yeah, that was a good
That
one.
was yeah, it was that was the surprise because everything else was just you know the Snyderverse, or they kept hyping up the Suicide Squad game, which is all right. Yeah.
Yeah, that Suicide Squad game was okay. I
Well,
mean, you
you,
know,
you you know what it is, especially when it comes to games, is that was a presentation that wasn't an in-game play thing. Until we see
right,
what it looks like, which it's Rocksteady. They made the Arkham trilogy. You can't go wrong with it. Uh, but I am one of the people that need to see gameplay because they might take a whole nother approach.
right, right, right. You know, you know. Now they didn't show gameplay for that. I don't think it was just like a trailer. You know what I mean? They got the same vibe as like cutscenes from like Injustice and Injustice 2. But so I'm interested to see how the gameplay is. Now the other one, the what was it? Goth? What is it?
Oh, the Gotham Knights.
Yeah, the gameplay looked tight to me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's funny because we had a I feel like we had a conversation about like Batman's like sidekicks
Hmm.
at Drill, and I didn't know nothing about this game until DC Fandome. So I was like, oh, cool! Like you can actually play as Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl. So, and the only one I did, I was like, why is Red Hood? Never mind. You know it. But that makes no sense.
It was like I'll be honest with you. I'm excited that they are finally doing a project like this, but I am not sure that I will be playing it simply because it comes off like um, it comes off like Assassin's Creed Unity, or like honestly to me when it comes off like Ninja Turtles. I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
I don't know. That's sad because I love Batman. I love the whole Bat family.
Yeah.
Red Hood has been a great addition going into this generation, but
Yeah.
it just, Red Hood looks like the Raphael, and
Right.
Nightwing looks like Leonardo. The Batgirl looks like Donatello, and of course, the youngest one there
right.
looks like
Right.
Michael.
Right.
and they're tackling things without, their master splinter. I know that's a bad analogy, and I'm probably gonna get, but that's what
No,
it looks like in the trailer.
yeah, I get it, but at the same time, my issue with it is more comic book stuff. More Red Hood is a villain. He's not even a like anti-hero. So
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
if you're basing it off under the Red Hood movie, so if I'm basing it off that, then you know,
they've been. I'm not gonna say slowly transitioning, but if you look now, he is more of an anti-hero. He's got like the squad with him. He has the Red Arrow and Firestar now.
okay.
He probably has a lot more now, but they're
I haven't caught up on like the new stuff, but I don't know. It's just weird like that. You know what I mean? But hey, I'm rolling with it. I like Red Hood, especially in Injustice 2. He's tight. But so I'm interested to see how that game goes, and I'll get it. I'll play it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I even played I know we're talking DC today, but I did play the Avengers beta,
I,
and it's
they
okay.
keep inviting me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
was it? How was that one?
It was all right. It was all right. I mean, it looks just like it looked when they introduced the other gameplay from like months ago, from the the beginning part. But when you get to play with the Hulk a lot and Kamala Khan, which is unnecessary. But hey, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to start my first episode saying crazy stuff. So I'll just leave it at that. Kamala Khan's interesting character to go with. So hey, that's what's up.
That's probably the only highlight I got from that game in terms of like how it's coming out. And I'm more curious about her. Everything else feels like I'm trying to get sold on to buying toys.
Right.
Buy the game, get the action figure.
I mean, Kamala Khan is newer, so I mean, if you're not aware, it'd be interesting. It's a different take on Miss Marvel. So compared to like what everybody knows, like the Brie Larson one.
Well, see, that is put on my geek goggles here. That is Captain Marvel.
Well,
That's
I know that.
Miss Marvel.
I know that. But I'm just saying. I mean, they're pretty much the same character. That's what I'm saying. So
yeah, I mean, obviously they're gonna. No, I don't know too much about the Miss Marvel or the Kamala Khan Marvel, but yeah, trust me, there's gonna be some people like, no, that's not the same thing,
Yeah. I mean, because the name's different, but they're basically whatever. They're the same character, man. They just changed it. There's different names. So, but hey, but I don't want to get sidetracked off of that.
Yeah, let's stick to the fandom here.
Yeah, so the fandom. But yeah, I want to get to like we'll talk about some of the like ones that didn't show a lot of like trailer stuff, and then we'll get into the trailer stuff. I'll actually share the screen, and we'll refresh our minds with some of the trailers later, and then talk about it. But first, I want to talk about we'll talk about Flash, because they didn't show any content, but it was an interesting panel as far as information, and the step that is going. Obviously, we're gonna have Michael Keaton back and also Ben Affleck back, so we're doing the Flashpoint. So that's interesting. So
two birds with one stone. Well, two bats with one stone.
Yeah, we got a new costume. Looks better than the Snyder one. And then they also said that the costume was designed by the Ben Affleck Batman. So that'll be interesting. I just feel like they're doing like, I'm trying not to equate everything to the MCU, but it's like, okay, so Tony Stark's makes Spider-Man new costume, so we're doing that with Flash. So
it's Flash Homecoming.
Basically. Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, that's interesting. That's cool. I'm interested just seeing the live action version of Flashpoint Paradox. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, the animated movie is great, so I'm interested to see. You know, I don't know if they're putting Thomas Wayne Batman in here too. I don't know, but
that Flashpoint animated one, there was a vision there. That's all I'm saying, because the animation is completely unlike the other animations that you want. There was a vision.
Right.
And I hate to say it, but the animation style in that one alone is not like what they're using now. I'm not really a big fan of what they're using now, but you can tell whoever they got to animate that movie, they were like, no, we're doing this. I am 100% about this.
Right. Yeah.
You got to see your heroes, like, even especially after he jumps into the alternate universe, like Flash is cut up. Batman was cut up, but then when you meet Thomas Wayne Batman, he is for man the drink.
Yeah, he was using guns and everything, bro. Like, it's like, yo, this is like what Batman would have been. You know what I mean? Like, well, he's basically Ben Affleck Batman. But
my dad was so used to bat nipples, and then he saw Thomas Wayne with pistols, and he was like, "Oh, so this is the new Batman? Is this what we're doing now?"
Yeah.
So I had to get a T-shirt for that one.
Yeah, but this movie's looking good. They're rolling with Ezra. Sorry, I'm messing his name. Ezra
Miller. You know,
even after the choking or whatever he did to that fan, they swapped.
It's funny that is the thing that always sticks. My favorite. I was watching that, and there was a comment on there where there was a comment that said, "Fan, can I get an autograph?" And then Ezra Miller, "You chose death," and I couldn't. So you chose death.
He was weirding me out on the panel, man. He was weirding me out. He was like, "Fun fact, did you know?" Like, I was like, I don't know, was he trying to act like Flash during the panel? Is that just how he is, like, in real life? That type of character, like, that's just, he is the Flash character in person too. I don't know. It was kind of creeping me out, but yeah, man. Like, I'm not a fan of Ezra Miller Flash. I don't like the character, but I'm interested to see a Flashpoint movie in live action. So, shouts out to them, and hopefully they can get it out within the next 3 years. I know, because of COVID, a lot of shooting isn't going down like it's supposed to. So
I can't even imagine the frustration of trying to have a shooting schedule.
Yeah.
With COVID.
Yeah.
Because you can just see, especially when it's like when they show the on-set vignettes of making a movie, like they do with the Star Wars and they did with the James Gunn Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like there's so much that goes in. Like, you got to have the hairdresser there, you got to have the people that do the special effects and the explosion, the demo people if they're explosions. Even that, if not the special effects and how the crew coordinates, probably all or some portion of them doing it from home. How does Zack Snyder, or any director for that matter, supervise the shots?
Yeah, it's weird. I know, at least for post production, they can do it remotely, but actually shooting, that's why a lot of movies have shut down production. But a lot of them are starting to come back up. So I know the Batman is about to start again, and but we'll get to that.
Yeah. I've been ever since reading up on the new surrounding it, but we'll get to that one.
Yeah. But Flash. So I mean, that's pretty much the main things. There really wasn't nothing. I like the director choice too. I'm interested to see what he does. Because I didn't mind the It movies. So.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
I didn't know. They keep Andy Moscato with Buscemi. I don't know how to say his last name, but I didn't know what he did, and I was like, maybe he's like Colin Trevorrow, like he did a couple.
Yeah, but I think he'll do good. I'm interested to see what his vision is. I'm glad he changed the suit, so it's obvious. He's like, we're not rolling. It's still the Snyderverse, but so.
People really knocking the Snyderverse. What's funny is that y'all been fighting for it for like past 3 or 4 years, and then I'm just seeing all these articles resurface. Like, here we go again. I was like, but
I'm interested to see like what they're gonna do with this Flash movie, how they're gonna like what they're gonna do with the timeline, because based on what I forgot his name. I should have wrote notes, but the uh basically like the overseer of the movie side of DC, he said that there's like three different Earths. He said the Snyderverse basically is one Earth, and you got the TV. The TV shows is another Earth,
yeah,
and then he was like the Matt Reeves Batman trilogy it's on its own, and then the Joker is on its own. So I'm like, so you got like, so initially we could have like three different cinematic Batmans in a sense. So,
like
okay, but that's what they're doing.
What's funny is that's the comic book version of we don't endorse all those ideas. You know, like
Right,
it's just
right.
I get it. I mean,
Even though,
that's
even though the Batman trailer looks similar, the world looks similar to Joker, but we'll get to that.
yeah.
We'll get to that. So I don't know, but yeah. So that's cool with the Flash. We kind of discussed it. What else? Black Adam. We got some
Oh,
Black
here we
Adam
go.
stuff. Holy shit. We got some Black Adam stuff. The Rock, Dwayne.
I think they did that. I mean, they did that trailer, and I know that it wasn't meant to like. Oh, I think honestly it was there to let people know that something is happening
Right.
because it felt like The Rock was in 50 projects, and he'd always be like, "Yeah, but that." No, we're like, "Come on, man,
I
stop
mean,
playing." You know.
the trailer, basically the trailer. It was basically a trailer. Like if they had already been shooting, that's the trailer you would have saw based on how it was narrated by The Rock when it first started. So it was like, yeah, you know. So it was interesting.
Yeah.
And, they're going to include Hawkman, Dr. Fate, um, what is Adam?
The Atom Smasher, yeah,
Yeah, Adam
played
Smasher.
by Noah
So, yeah, so
Centineo. If I'm saying it right.
yeah.
Forgive me if it's wrong. I like Noah Centineo for what the stuff that he's been in.
Yeah.
Uh, it'll be interesting to see him play a superhero role because for the most part, I just know him from the movie and the All the Boys I Loved Before series on Netflix. I know I'm probably gonna punch my man card for seeing any of those movies, but that also tells you why I'm a little bit hesitant and somewhat excited to see him play in a superhero role.
Right. Right.
Compared to when you put names of like Dr. Fate and Hawkman, then you got Noah Centineo's Adams, maybe like a young Adam Smasher. Maybe he'll bulk up and be the Adam Smasher that we know. Maybe you won't even see his face. Adam Smasher with a mask. So, who knows? Interesting.
I got a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see Zachary Levy, whatever, Shazam whooping Black Adam's ass? I just want to ask in a cinematic version. Would that be believable to you if you ever saw that?
Yes, but
Really?
I don't.
Really?
I don't.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, because. But I need to know. I need to know if. I need to know how the fight is directed. Are we talking about? Are we talking? Because I'm not the biggest fan of the Shazam movie. I think it's great.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I need to know if is it. I need to know how the action sequences are going to play out because in my mind there's either two sides. You got like the Man of Steel side of Black Adam. I don't know how Black Adam's going to play out, but I feel like it would be a little bit more serious. And then you got like Shazam, which I'm seeing some Scott Pilgrim like vibes going on.
Because it is Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, that is a good analogy. Yeah, so, it is.
I mean, it depends on the tone of the story overall. Like, is this supposed to, like in what movie? And if it was a Shazam movie, is it? I mean, for the sequel, if they ever go up against each other, is it a time that Shazam is supposed to grow up, or first fight where the hero normally loses or just doesn't see something coming, and it's just like you need to grow up.
Right.
You need to change your tactics. So I could definitely see it. It would probably be a little bit funny because Black Adam looks like the bird arrows, but then you got Shazam, who's just like lightning fingers. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think Henry Cavill Superman versus Black Adam be a more believable fight than versus
Yeah.
just
I mean,
based on the actors and how they carry themselves in their movies.
They did that. They did that animation a while back, and that kind of sets up a good basis of how I saw the fight happening in the DCEU.
Right. So, well, yeah. So we're excited for. Are we excited for Black Adam or interested? I guess that's the best way to put it. I need to see more. I mean, I know this movie's meant to. This movie was talked. This was in development ever since like BVS was announced. So this has been in the works for a long time. So it's great to finally see some actual artwork and actually, concept art, and they actually got actors other than The Rock. So this has been a long time coming. So
Yeah, I definitely think The Rock this was definitely on his to-do list. Period. But
yeah, passion project. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's always every time they'd ask him, it'd always be while he's promoting another movie. So it's just like, hey, go see my Fast and Furious movie. What about Black Adam? Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
So I'm glad this confirmed that he actually does. He's really about what he's talking about.
Yeah. So
But the trailer,
he seems excited about this, and it's obvious he's like the head man in charge. Like, so I mean, he's producing this, I think, too. So
gotta be careful with that one.
Yeah. So I just hope that he catches more of the villain side of him, and it's not like, because these big actors, they want to be heroes so bad. Just like even with Will Smith with Deadshot, like he's so big of an actor, you're scared to play like a villain character. You know what I mean? That's actually a villain. So
I would love to see a villain movie where he is. I felt like, and I didn't even see this movie, but for some reason my brain likes to draw. I feel like the Black Adam movie is supposed to be like that Dracula movie that came out a while back.
Oh, Dracula Untold or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I can't. I didn't see the movie, but I remember the commercial for it, and I felt like they were trying to get you to root for the bad guy, which is something I would just do, period, because it's not something that's been necessarily like properly done.
Well, that Dracula was supposed to kick off like the universal like monster verse, but then that failed, then Mummy failed,
and then Tom Cruise.
Yeah. So
damn you, Tom Cruise.
Because they had an all-star cast with the movies. They had, I think Johnny Depp was going to be the Invisible Man, and then some other else.
I could see that. I could totally 100% see that.
But
now he's just doing Harry Potter flick.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, but but going back to it, I would love to see him really be like, and it would totally be a good switch up for The Rock, because we've always seen The Rock, like, we currently have him as Hobbs, and now he's like flipping to Jungle Cruise, which I still think is good. And then, for kids, but that's what I'm saying. Jumanji's for the kids, Jungle Cruise is for the kids, of course.
It'd be nice to give him a nice little solid. I guess they're gonna play him like an anti-hero type. Get to see The Rock doing some different type of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm interested in that. So that's Black Adam. They do have a little teaser, but there's no need to watch it. It's pretty much straightforward.
It's basically like after you beat everybody in Mortal Kombat.
Right.
It's the ending. It's his Mortal Kombat ending. I mean, shouts to the people that put it together. That's like, it's great. It's wonderful. It's just all right.
They had a Shazam panel, but I didn't watch that. So
I
don't have more information on that. All I know is I saw Megan Good, so I was happy.
That was it.
Yeah.
All I saw was with the delay on. There was they just announced that there is a Shazam 2.
Yeah,
And,
Shazam. Yeah, so basically, his foster brothers and sisters going to be more. I guess the whole team's going to be again, if that's the real like poster I saw. But yeah, so I don't have a lot of information for y'all on that because I didn't watch it. But when I get more information, definitely give y'all more information on that.